and she was interested in the occult. So that's what I knew, and in fact that must have been one of the things that attracted Francesco to her and vice versa, because the Medici were occultists at that time, his father and Francesco himself. And in fact, even a century before, in the 1400s, with the real birth of the Renaissance, great masters there, Botticelli and others, then through to the scientists in the 1500s, were occultists. They were alchemists. They were interested in what was hidden that you couldn't see and how one accesses that.
I think it's always such a fascinating period for that. And it's something I talk
Mhm.
about a bit on the podcast when I talk about the witch trials, which people often
Yes.
associate witch trials with the Middle Ages, but that's not when they were ongoing. They were really towards the beginning parts of the Renaissance, because people began to kind of poke into these areas that had previously been, we don't talk about that. It's hidden, it's not discussed. But the more science comes into the fore, the more they say we have to poke at all these things that traditionally have been not looked at. That they've been forbidden to us, and we have to do that research. And I think is something so fascinating about that, because we think of the Renaissance as this time of like science, but it is a time where the occult is part of science because it's not understood, and they're trying to understand it all. So I think that's really fascinating.